Holy snapping bra straps.
It's a podcast.
Republic of Avalon Radio. It's 0 hours, Avalon Standard Time.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jim. This is Jean-Guy Bruno from Montebello. By the way, congratulations. I listen to all three of your podcasts, and I find them terrific. Talk to you soon. Bye.
You're on the road. Jim Fiddler, Kevin Doucet, and I was just calling to let you know that I really am enjoying your podcast. Keep up the good work, and I want a damn t-shirt. That's what I want. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Republic of Avalon Radio. You're with the roar! Republic of Avalon Radio. You're with the roar. I'm Jim Fiddler. Welcome back. And if this is your first time tuning in, welcome aboard. As I said, my name is Jim Fiddler, and I am coming to you, we are coming to you, almost live from the Republic of Avalon, which is, in case anybody is wondering, we're in St. John's, Newfoundland, and the Republic of Avalon Radio is a state of mind. Anybody in any other part of Newfoundland, or anybody listening from away who comes from some other part of Newfoundland, we're not Avalon-centric. In fact, the whole island used to be referred to as Avalon or Avalonia, and it was only when the Italian Giovanni Caboto came over, and we, of course, masquerading as an Englishman with a name like John Cabot, and pointed his finger and said, "Look over there, it's a newfound land." Well, it wasn't a newfound land because the Beothuk were already there, the Native North American people. They were already there, so it wasn't newfound. The funniest thing about that is we celebrated in 1997 500 years. Cabot 500 it was called. It should have been Caboto 500. But anyway, whatever. In a couple of 100 years' time, it'll be Presidente Bucho. Or what is that word, that Spanish word for shrub? Anyway. I do digress. Yes, so 1497, 1997. So we're celebrating in 1997 500 years since John Cabot's discovering Newfoundland. Well, everyone sang and everybody danced. Everybody had a grand old time. Then 3 years later, everyone's singing and dancing, having a great old time again. But what's it about this time? Well, it's about the Vikings discovering Newfoundland 1,000 years ago. Something didn't quite add up there for me. I just didn't quite get that. That was a funny one. So who's going to discover Newfoundland next? Hey, guess what? You know what you should do next time you're out and around. You and your buddy get a cab, whatever the next town is or the next city. Just get a cab over to that city. Bring a flag with you. Jam it into the ground, and you can just go ahead and discover a place. And you might even do it under a fake name. Okay, I'll get serious here now. Let's move on. We're going to start this week with a little piece of music. I ran into a couple of friends of mine, Mike O'Brien and Tony Richards, and Mike is a man of 1,000 songs, not the man of 1,000 songs. Mike's written lots of great songs over the years. many of which have a very sort of tongue-in-cheek kind of satirical sort of look at things, and usually quite humorous. Mike's a great guy, and he teaches history at Memorial University of Newfoundland. And I would say he's probably lots of people's favorite prof, because Mike's just generally a great guy, and as well as Tony. I'm praising you guys up now just because it's true. And two good friends of mine for a long, long time, for many years now. We don't get to see nearly as much of each other, but whenever we do, we always have lots of smiles and a nice time. This is a song that we recorded in 1989, I think, maybe 1989, 1990, before the first Gulf War, and we recorded it in my grandmother's basement on Newtown Road, very close to Memorial University of Newfoundland. And they sang, Mike wrote it, Mike and Tony sang, and then I played the instruments in the background. So we called ourselves Dr. Cod, that was Mike, Roscoe, that was Tony Richards. He used to play with a group, a Newfoundland group called The Slime. And that's maybe something for another day. I'll check with Tony perhaps, and if he doesn't mind, if he considers it to be pod safe, there's a song that the Slime did called Newfie Rastaman, which I would very much like to play for you guys. In any case, this song here, it was like I say, it was before the first Gulf War. It's very, very pertinent, I think, still. Very relevant. And there's just one or two words that sort of date it. We actually talked about it the other night, and we think we just perhaps may re-record it and just change those one or two little words that sort of date the song. Yes, so Mike, Tony, and myself, known as Dr. Cod, Roscoe, and the Jim Fiddler Jug Band. This song was number 1 4 weeks in a row on CHMR. Here's Stuck Between Iraq and a Hard Place. You're listening to Republic of Avalon Radio.
I was sitting in Fort Bragg, a sunken Lone Star, when I heard there's trouble in the Middle East. So I chugged my beer and said goodbye to Julie. They loaded me on board a Hercules. Now I'm stuck between Iraq and a hard place. I'm all rigged out to fight a desert war. I know that old Saddam, he's the bad guy. They haven't told me what I'm fighting for. The orders, they came down from the golf course, said saddle up, get ready to deploy. They dropped me in that hot old Saudi desert, a hard spot for a Yankee soldier boy. Now I'm stuck between Iraq and a hard place. I'm all rigged out to fight a desert war. Well, I know that old Saddam, he's the bad guy. They haven't told me what I'm fighting for. I've got my little automatic rifle. I'm fitted with the latest battle gear. I've got my suntan lotion and my gas mask, but I haven't got a single drop of beer. Now I'm stuck between Iraq and a hard place. I'm all rigged out to fight a desert war. Well, I know that old Saddam, he's the bad guy, but they haven't told me what I'm fighting for. We got orders not to look at Saudi women. We ain't allowed no liquor or no dope. They ain't got any nightclubs in this hellhole. We're just waiting for a concert from Bob Hope. Now I'm stuck between Iraq and a hard place. I'm all rigged out to fight a desert war. Well, I know that old Saddam, he's the bad guy, but they haven't told me what I'm fighting for. Now I know Saddam's invasion, it was nasty, a big old international disgrace. But tell me, Mr. Bush, while you're so happy, what am I doing in this godforsaken place? Now I'm stuck between Iraq and a hard place. I'm all rigged out to fight a desert war. Well, I know that old Saddam, he's the bad guy. They haven't told me what I'm fighting for. Now I'm stuck between Iraq and a hard place. I'm all rigged out to fight a desert war. Well, I know that old Saddam, he's the bad guy, but they haven't told me what I'm fighting for. Mr. President, what am I fighting for? Hey, Georgie boy, what am I fighting for?
The Irish are coming, the Irish are coming.
That's right, Claire O'Mahony, Ger Wolfe, Martin Finn, Mark Ravel, Ken Cotter, Mick Flannery and Niall Connolly will be joining myself, Jim Fiddler, Ron Hines, Pamela Morgan, Colleen Power, Darrell Power and Hugh Scott for the first annual Atlantic Crossroads Festival, Atlantic Fest 2005, June 24th through the 28th at the Ship Pub, Aaron's Pub, the Celtic Hearth and Bridie Malloy's. For more information, go to www.atlanticfest.com. Hey, I didn't even have to rush through it this time. Can I mention my new CD?
Nope.
Well, there you go. Stuck between Iraq and a hard place. That was a good laugh. We had a lot of fun doing that one. And my banjo playing was not quite up to scratch there, but what the heck. We had fun with that. This is the first week with the new microphone. We're breaking all kinds of ground here. It's not a new microphone for me, but it's a new microphone for the Roar. It's an Audio-Technica large diaphragm condenser mic. Beautiful, beautiful mic. And I got it sort of inadvertently a few years back. I did a little bit of stuff, helped out a friend, and just sort of got a couple of these mics thrown in as part of the deal instead of, sort of taking money from him. I did some consulting, helped him set up a home studio. And I didn't want to do it for money or anything. So when he was ordering a bunch of gear, based on the money that he was spending, we got a really sweet deal with the music store, and I ended up with a couple of mics, and this is one of them, the Audio-Technica large diaphragm condenser mic. The one I was using previously on the Roar was an Audio-Technica as well, but not a large diaphragm mic. I think this one here is probably about a $700 or $800 mic, and the one I was using before was about a $300 mic. So let's see if any of you actually noticed the difference. And I made a pop filter. I made a really nice little pop filter. It's about the size of, gee whiz, I don't know, maybe a cookie, a big, slightly larger than a cookie. And it's just clamped on. It just sits in front of the microphone and does its job. So now I can really relax. Before I was holding a big pop filter up in my hand, and this also keeps me more online with the microphone. So hopefully things are sounding a little bit better for you folks. Some of you might want to comment on that. Well, let's press on here. We've got a little trip myself and Lillian took, another first for Republic of Avalon Radio. We went out last evening with the Iriver. Instead of using the mini disc we were using to record, that kept skipping with every step we took down the road. And when I got the recording back home and went to do the editing work, there were whole words missing all over the place, and it was just a big pain. So we're now using the Iriver. This now the levels aren't quite right. We'll have to apologize in the meantime, but it looks a lot more promising than the mini disc. A little bit of distortion on this one, but this is our first kick at the can. And hey, this is a podcast. We have high standards around here at the Roar, but at the same time, one can drive oneself completely batty with manic perfectionism. So let's not do that. let's jump into the taxi on our way down to the pub. You're listening to Republic of Avalon Radio. Alrighty. Well, here we are. We're in the taxi.
Going downtown, and it's a mozzie all night.
It's a mozzie night indeed. Mozzie just means sort of foggy, rainy, all those kinds of unpleasant things that people don't tend to like too much.
Yeah, it's not very nice. Although it's nice kind of being inside and looking out. And we're passing by the harbour here now. There's lots of small boats and some bigger ones parked. You don't say really parked, do you?
Docked.
Docked, yeah. Docked in the harbour here. And we have, actually, we're just passing by a boat that it's called the New Orleans, I think it's called. It's like a river boat, which takes people out around the harbour for dinner and, just a cruise. Dinner and a cruise, actually.
A lot of drinking.
And a lot of drinking. And music.
Yes.
And there's a big ship here called the Dorch.
The Dorch?
Dorch.
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 I wonder where that's from. Dorchigal? Is that from Dorchigal, maybe?
Dorchigal.
I guess if you were half German, half Portuguese, you'd be a Dorchigal. Or some such thing like that. Well, this is our first crack at the Iriver. We're recording with the Iriver, with the input level set on 14 out of 20 to be safe, and using the Sony stereo microphone, which let's see, da 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 da. Yes, we have stereo imaging. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And the taxi driver here is just thinking, what kind of lunatics are they? Must be podcasters or something.
I'm going to put that on the book, please.
So, we're just about to get out and go into the pub, and let's hope that the levels are going to be okay, and we can actually at least get into the pub. And we had a little problem with the Iriver at first. I was plugging the mic into the line out instead of into the mic or line in. And I was thinking to myself, there's a little, on the Iriver case, there's a little strap that goes over the top of the case to hold the machine into the case, which is handy. The clip on the case itself isn't very good, so that's not going to necessarily hold on to you. Thank you. You too. Alrighty. Now here we go into the rainy Mozzie. It's les frères Ponting. Voici les frères Ponting. Oh, and also, yes, je veux dire allô à Jean-Guy. VE2 quelque chose. J'oublie. Mais merci pour ton message via Skype. Et nous sommes très heureux que tu aimes le podcast, là. Okay. So in a nutshell, for anybody who doesn't speak French, I just said... What is it?
We have a sheep down here.
Yes, we have a sheep down here somewhere.
A man who thinks he's a sheep.
It's a sheeple.
Somebody should bring him home.
Pardon?
Someone should bring him home.
Yes.
Get out of his corral.
Yes. Oh, yeah, so all I said, we got a call on the roar line from a fella called Jean-Guy, and he was just kind of calling in to say hi and let us know that he appreciates the podcast, and so I just thought I would greet him in his native tongue, and all I said was something along the lines of, Yo, Jean-Guy, listen. Thanks so much for giving us a shout out on the Republic of Avalon Radio podcast.
Yo, Jean.
Yo, John Guy.
John Guy.
Yes, indeed. So anyway, that was. I just said thanks. Very happy that he that he likes the podcast, and that's it. So allô toi. That's a bit of Quebecois for any of you French-speaking people who aren't familiar with, how would you say, the les petits lingots and all that. So we're just going to make our way into the pub where the Panting Brothers are playing Rosin the Bow.
Are you going to walk in like that?
We're just walking in, yeah. What do you mean like that? How else am I going to walk in? Okay, we're just walking in here now. I think I'm hearing a bit of distortion with the microphone.
Hello!
We're getting big hellos. Oh, sorry.
Hi, dear. I came down to see what you needed.
Cool.
What's this microphone?
That's the microphone. You're on Republic of Avalon Radio.
Oh, I don't want to be on the radio.
You have to.
Too late.
But I heard you needed volunteers, so I came down tonight to see if you wanted one.
That's great. We'll have a chat about that now once we get all fixed up.
Okay.
Priorities, you know.
Yes, I heard you needed a volunteer.
Yes.
That's me. This is my sister-in-law.
All right then. So as long as I keep my voice down, this should work somehow. And this is good pod-safe music. This is public domain, traditional. An old song called Rosin the Bow. So it's safe. And how are you this evening?
It's your cousin Mike. Hello, cousin Jim.
Folks, this is Mike, our man on the mic, who's in the first couple of episodes of The Roar sang you a couple of songs, and you never know what our luck is like tonight, but we might possibly twist his arm into singing one for us later.
Well, one doesn't know.
We'll have to see.
Congratulations, Jim, on your album.
Oh, thank you.
Fantastic job.
Well, we had a great night last Thursday.
Yes. One thing I might say was Fields of Barley, was it? The Sting cover?
Fields of Gold, yeah.
Oh, wow. What a fantastic job you done.
Oh, thank you.
And the instrumental job on everybody on their behalf, I thought was a...
Yay, thank you.
Sting, if you're listening, you suck.
Well, no, if it weren't for Sting, there'd be no song to do.
I don't know. However.
He sucked so bad that he wrote the song. So, yeah, Gordon, if you're listening, you rock.
Where are you coming from, friend?
You rock, man. Just from the house.
Is that right?
Just podcasting with the Iriver for the first time.
What are we going to do tonight now? We're going to sing a song later.
I dare say.
When the boys go on break, let's do it.
Sounds good. Hey, how's it going? Okay, so now we're making our way back to our usual little spot. Now, the thing is, I'm hearing distortion on these headphones. I don't know if these are my new Sennheiser headphones, by the way, that I got for my birthday. And I'm hearing some distortion on them, and I don't know if it's just on the headphones. I suspect it might be on the input. But I can't imagine bringing the level down any further. Now, there is a little trick for fellow podcasters out there. There's a little cable you can get, or you could even make it quite easily. And you just put a little resistor in line in the middle of the cable. So you imagine you put a little female jack on one end, a male plug on the other end, and put a little resistor in the middle of the cable, such that it will cut the whatever's coming through it down enough to equal about a 10 dB cut. So what you can do then with your Iriver or whatever, instead of having to set a level. And you know your level's not always going to be right. Like, I think I'm a bit distorted here now, and I probably will end up using this on the show. But this little 10 dB cable, what it allows you to do is you can turn on your automatic gain control, and with this cable in line, you're never going to get high enough really to. It gives you a nice buffer zone. Put it that way. It gives you a nice buffer zone, and it's nice and safe. And then when you take your stuff that you've recorded and you bring it up on your computer in whatever editing software you use, just right off the bat, bring it up by 10 dB, and you should be good to go. That's the tip of the week, tech tip of the week, audio tech tip of the week here on The Roar. Okay, let's shut the mic off and get into a little bit of woohoo! Thank you. Hey, what happened to the mug? Oh, thank you. Well, Mike Slade just bought me a bevy, so I'm going to go to put the headphones down onto my neck, put the microphone into my pocket, turn off the Iriver, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
Hanky Panky.
I'm certainly fucking off for a while.
Oh, look, we have Colin Carrigan here.
Jim,
Welcome to The Roar.
thank you.
You're with The Roar.
Yes.
Colin's he's a bit of a radio guy himself. I think he likes all aspects of radio, and he does a show on CHMR.
On radio.
Yeah.
The show's called Ring Ching Jank, if you care to tune in, on CHMR, Thursdays.
And that's www.chmr.ca. No, sorry, mun.ca/CHMR.
That's right, yeah.
mun.ca/CHMR. And what time is your show on?
5 to 6 Newfoundland time every Thursday.
Okay.
But enough about me.
Uh-huh.
How are you tonight?
So that would be 3:30 to 4:30 Eastern.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And for you people further out west, sorry about the Eastern reference. That's a constant annoyance for anybody who doesn't live on the east coast of Canada or the United States.
Well, I find it strange that Eastern refers to somewhere that's like an hour and a half west of where we are.
It's a funny thing, isn't it?
We're like ultra Eastern.
Yeah, we're the Far East.
Do you want to buy some spices? Perhaps some silk.
Silk would be all right. Oh, and look, we've got the music here.
Oh! I think we're in Portugal right now with the Panting Brothers.
Yes, I heard at some point that these are actually like French waltzes.
I've heard that as well.
Yeah.
I'm dubious now about the sort of origin story. I've heard them played and referred to as the French kiss.
Yes.
So if anyone listening can identify these, then certainly they should contact somebody.
Yes, anybody knows this tune?
Yes.
We know it, both Colin and myself, from a very well-known accordion player from Newfoundland called Art Stoyles. Yes, Art Stoyles, yeah. And he's just always called them the Portuguese waltzes. I think he got it from a guy that was working on a ship that was here in the harbour.
Right. I've heard several stories about how he got them, and I think there's a lot of apocrypha going on. I heard that he learned them from some Portuguese sailors that were hanging out at the gazebo at Kitty Vitty Lake.
Macadamia? The Macadamia gazebo?
Yes. Galoshes.
Galoshes. Okay, yeah, stories, rumors are flying furiously about the origins, but I think he got them from some Portuguese guys and just kind of figured they were the Portuguese waltzes, you know?
Yeah.
It's like people, you get some chicken and batter from some Chinese people, so you figure it's Chinese food.
That's right. But as I say, I think it's possibly a mystery best left unsolved.
I think so. I think we just enjoy it.
That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna sign off here and get back. Thanks, Colin. And I think we're gonna actually have Colin on at some point soon. So if somebody would like, Colin is a very good fiddle player, violin player, an instrument maker, and a broadcaster. So let us know that you want to hear some more from Colin, and we'll get him on at some point in the future. And in the meantime, we'll talk to you soon.
Cheers.
Hi, this is Jim Fiddler inviting you to Islands of Song, a one-night Irish Newfoundland celebration being held on the night of Thursday, June the 30th at the St. John's Arts and Culture Centre, featuring myself, Ron Hines, Pamela Morgan, Colleen Power, Daryl Power, Hugh Scott, and from Ireland, Claire O'Mahony, Jer Wolfe, Ken Cotter, Mick Flannery, Martin Finn, Niall Connolly, and Mark Revell, with our all-star band The Accessories featuring Graham Wells and the Sean Silver Irish Dancers. Tickets are $27.50, available now at the Arts and Culture Centre box office or by going to www.atlanticfest.com.
Republic of Avalon Radio. You're with the roar.
Well, let's just get this over with here. We've got a winner of a Roar t-shirt, a Republic of Avalon Radio t-shirt. And the winner of the Republic of Avalon Radio t-shirt is...
I want a damn T-shirt. That's what I want.
Kevin Doucet of Alabama. So, a great big congratulations to Kevin on winning your very own Holy Republic of Avalon Radio t-shirt. We say holy because it has 4 holes, one for your torso, one for your neck, one for your left arm, one for your right arm. Very easy to get into, not so easy to get out of. 100% cotton, authentic, from Newfoundland. The Republic of Avalon Radio t-shirt is all yours, Kevin. Just drop us an email at jimfiddler@gmail.com. Let us know your mailing address, and we'll get it right out to you.
Republic of Avalon Radio. You're with the roar.
Republic of Avalon Radio, you're with the roar. I'm Jim Fiddler. We have for you now a new segment called Mailbag. We've actually gotten some email from you guys at jimfiddler@gmail.com. Keep it coming. We'd love to hear from you in any form whatsoever. Come and visit us in Newfoundland. Ring us on the Roar line. Send us an email. Drop over to the website, whatever the case may be. The new segment we have for you this week is the Mailbag segment with Eddy Mailbag. How are you doing this week, Eddy?
Not bad, thanks. I'm a little nervous, though.
Oh, geez, what? I don't think you should be nervous, but why are you nervous?
Well, it's my first time on the radio, and I'm kind of a nervous guy to begin with.
Well, I think you're going to be fine. Eddy's a great guy. I've known Eddy for quite a while, and yeah, he suffers from a certain degree of hypertension from time to time, but don't think we have to get him on Prozac or Ritalin or anything anytime soon. I think you'll be fine, Eddy. Just tell you what, I'm just going to kick back here, and you read the mail, and give it the old college try.
Okay, I'll do my best. Okay. Well, our first letter comes to us from Tom Peter in New York. Tom writes, "Hi, Jim. I just stumbled across Republic of Avalon Radio, and I love the podcasts. Sorry, I get a little excited sometimes." Well, Tom continues, "I love Newfoundland and its music. I went to Newfoundland last year and had a blast. I'm already planning the 2006 trip. I've actually met your friend Daryl Power and the rest of Great Big Sea. I worked for a small music TV show for a while. I'm definitely going to bookmark your page and download the podcasts. And yes, I'd love to win a t-shirt. How was that?"
That wasn't bad, Eddy. You're not doing too bad at all. Even the phone connection sounds pretty good. It's quite surprising, sometimes. We've been trying to do this over Skype. I've been trying to do various things with Skype, and the quality's not quite up to snuff. We're trying to work the kinks out of it. But we're doing fine here with this. You just carry on, Eddy. You just get on with your bad self.
Okay then. Well, we also received an email from Bill Sherer. He doesn't say where he is, but we know he's in the U.S. somewhere.
Yeah, I know Bill.
Bill says, "Hi, Jim. Bill Sherer here, formerly of the Eddy Mag and the VS Big List. I checked out your podcast and thought I'd drop you a line and say I'd love to visit Newfoundland. You make it sound like a wonderful place to be. Great job on the show. Now my other questions.
Okay.
Do you have any tips on RSS programs that are screen reader friendly? And do you have any tips for starting and distributing a podcast?
Uh-huh.
I've been toying with doing one myself and thought I'd ask an old master for any tips and advice. Thanks again and keep up the great work. Bill?
Well, I don't know about the old master bit. Maybe that's a reference to the birthday or something like that. Anyway, gee whiz, you're on a roll. You're doing great, Eddie. You just roar on.
Thanks. I guess I just had to get warmed up.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, we have one more. Oh, our last email for this week comes to us from Kevin Doucet in Alabama.
I know
Kevin writes, Hi, Jim. I really am enjoying your ROAR shows. Also, happy belated birthday. 40 is not all that bad. Keep up the great work. Cover and TV guide. Way too cool.
Woohoo.
Please take this in the manner offered, which is to say, a compliment.
Okay.
Your wife sounds very sweet.
She is.
You are one great talent. I want to order your new CD. Is it offered yet on your website?
It sure
Can
is.
I get it autographed?
I suppose.
Well, that's about it for this week, folks. This is Eddy Mailbag signing off. And remember, if it's not male, it's female. Everybody got to pay their bills.
Well, thanks, Eddie. That was Eddy Mailbag with our mailbag segment. And if you guys like Eddie, let us know, and we'll get him back to read the mail from time to time. Let me just address a couple of those questions. Bill, I'm not sure if you're talking about editing or creating RSS feeds, or if you're just looking at something to a podcatcher. I use iPodder, and that works absolutely fine. The accessibility on that is absolutely wonderful. It's brilliant, actually. And tips getting started, I would just say have fun, watch your levels. Bill's a recording engineer and a very good singer. Bill's a very, very good singer. And if Bill wouldn't mind, perhaps, Bill, you could send us in something that you would declare pod safe, and we could play it here on the show. That would be great. You guys would love to hear Bill Sherer singing a song. He's a very, very good singer. Yeah, Bill, the podcatcher iPodder, that works very, very well. And instead of giving plugs to companies, the people who are hosting, I guess anybody who goes to Republic of Avalon Radio can quite easily discover who are hosting, who's supplying our hosting. But as opposed to, giving adverts out and so on and so forth, just drop me an email, Bill, or maybe we'll have a chat on Skype sometime. Just Skype me at Republic of Avalon Radio. All one word, all lowercase, no spaces, all that sort of jazz. And now, what questions did Kevin have for me? I think I was sort of addressing them as they were going along. Very, very nice. Thanks for the shout out, Kevin. And yeah, the new CD actually is available at jimfiddler.com. Up on sort of the website whereon I am the kind of singer entertainer guy, and not being your man at the Roar here. We did get it up there. We're getting some samples up there. What I decided to do recently, to take a little left turn. Instead of having these little 30 seconds of each song, the beginning of each song, which in my opinion is pretty useless, because sometimes a song really doesn't get going until that point, so you don't really get a chance to get much of a good feel for the song. So the other thing is putting the whole songs up in some ridiculously low bit rate that it's not fit to listen to. What's the good of that? So what I decided to do was make an album tour of each of the albums. I'm just working on that now, where about 3 or 4 minutes long, about the length of a song, you actually get taken right through the album from beginning to end and pick sort of poignant parts of each song, the songs that would give you, the bits of the songs that would give you the best idea, I guess, of what the song is all about, and not some little intro bit or you know, some little lead break or some kind of thing like that. So what you're actually getting is I'm just crossfading. I start with track 1. I go through the song and say, yeah, I think that little bit there would be good. And then I'll crossfade that into a little bit from track 2, which crossfades into a little bit of track 3, and so on. So in about 3 or 4 minutes, in about the length of a song, you get taken on a tour of the whole album. Now, I've never seen this being done before. I've never heard of anybody doing it, and I'm certainly not, proclaiming to have come up with some great, brilliant invention or anything. It's just something, I think it's practical from the server side, because instead of having all those MP3s cluttering up your space, whatever space you have available on your server, you don't have to worry about that. And as well, it's very, very convenient, I think, for the potential purchaser, for the person who's interested enough in your music to go to your website and click on a sample. And it also tidies things up for those people. And accessibility-wise, it's great, because you're not chasing around on some big, messy page full of all these different files. All these different, click on this one, click on that one, click on this one, and you're chasing around. Sometimes it's laid out in tables. And anyway, I'm babbling again. I do tend to babble. So thanks to everybody for your email. This has been the first edition of Mailbag on Republic of Avalon Radio. Republic of Avalon Radio, you're with the roar, and you all better brace yourselves, because now we're about to roll out a new segment for you. It's a sick experiment on our part. We're going to try on you a little thing we like to call Joke of the Week.
Joke of the week, joke of the week. Everybody gotta love the joke of the week. If you're thinking that it isn't funny, then you're not a very funny bunny. Hold your eggs, throw your money. It's the joke of the week, joke of the week. Everybody gotta love the joke of the week. Yeah.
So, a priest, a rabbi, and a minister walk into this bar. The bartender says, "What is this? Some kind of a joke?"
Joke of the week, joke of the week. Everybody gotta love the joke of the week.
Yeah. Okay, that was Joke of the Week. You'll have to be sure to give us your feedback. Let us know if you'd like to hear some of the driest humor presented in the driest manner possible in weekly doses. For that matter, if anybody has any ideas, anybody has any jokes, keep them clean. But send your jokes to jimfiddler@gmail.com. And if we like the joke, we'll put it on here for you. Joke of the Week, our new little segment. Well, just a couple of things before we clue up this week. Just want to send out a great big thank you to Sid in Massachusetts. Sid went to republicofavallonradio.com, clicked on the PayPal button, and showed us his appreciation of Republic of Avalon Radio. And both Lillian and myself were floored when we saw it the other evening. Just decided to quickly check my email before I went out, and there it was. And thank you so much, Sid, from Lillian and myself. We really, really very much appreciate your appreciation. And as I said before on the Roar here, we're trying to stay sponsor free. I don't know that we're actually going to be able to do that, but we're going to try to stay sponsor free. And it's people like Sid what makes that more possible, for sure. So thanks again, Sid. Another little thing I want to touch on is Gmail. I don't know if you've heard of Gmail before. It's a handy service provided by Google. We've got several Gmail accounts. It's invitation only. You have to be invited. You have to get an invite from somebody who holds a Gmail account in order to get one. And we have several invites kicking around here. Anybody wants a Gmail account, send an email to jimfiddler@gmail.com. As you heard from the advert that we played earlier, the festival and the gala are all set up and ready to go. We have 7 singer-songwriters from Ireland showing up here next Friday. They're going to be here for a week. We're going to play 5 nights in 4 venues: Aaron's Pub, the Ship Pub, Brodie Malloy's, and the Celtic Hearth. That's the 24th through the 28th. We're also having a big blowout gala at the Arts and Culture Centre in St. John's here on the night of Thursday, June the 30th, on the eve of Canada Day. So everybody has the day off. Unfortunately for Newfoundland, Canada Day falls on a very sad day in our history. It was our Memorial Day in the First World War, when we lost a lot of our finest, strongest, brightest young men at Beaumont Hamel. But it also just coincidentally happens to be Canada Day. So, in any case, yes, we have the festival and the gala coming up. An interesting little idea. One of you people listening, if you are spontaneous, if you're a spontaneous, crazy kind of gal or guy, and you'd like to come for the festival and the gala at the Arts and Culture Centre, which is going to have all 13 Newfoundland singer-songwriters and Irish singer-songwriters, the Sean Silver Irish dancers, the accessories, that's an all-star Newfoundland group. That's Paul Kinsman on keyboards, Boomer Stamp on drums, Glenn Simmons on guitar, and Byron Party on bass. It just don't get no better than that, kids. If you're a spontaneous, crazy, wild kind of person, and you got some air miles kicking around or whatever the case may be, give us a shout on the Roar line, country code 1, area code 724-426-8176, and leave a message to how we can get in touch with you. We will give you free passage all 5 nights to whatever venues for the whole festival for the whole week, and 2 tickets if you need 2 or 1, whatever you need, to the gala at the Arts and Culture Centre on June the 30th. And we'll also give you a hand, perhaps, if you need a bit of help booking a hotel or something like that. So if you're a wild and crazy kind of person and very spontaneous, and you were wondering, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do the last week of June? Come on down and see us in St. John's, Newfoundland, and have a good time with us. Just something I thought of last night. You never know, there might be such a wild and crazy person out there, and that would be very cool. We'd love to have you all here. Well, that just about wraps things up for another week. Thanks again to everybody for tuning in. Tell all your friends about Republic of Avalon Radio. If you're from Newfoundland and you might be wanting to keep in touch with home a little bit, feel like you're partially still there, coming and walking around with myself and Lillian, and we've got some stuff coming up. We're going to be recording that festival, podcasting the festival and the gala and just all the goings on. And we're going out on a boat tour on the 29th. And the person, by the way, who's wild and crazy enough to come will also be able to come out on the boat tour with us for free. So, in any case, a little something to bear in mind. But as I was saying, if you're a Newfoundlander living abroad, not fortunate enough to live in Newfoundland, and you know of some other people just like yourself, tell them about Republic of Avalon Radio. If you're a Newfoundlander living in Newfoundland who knows of somebody abroad who might appreciate the show, spread the word. And that goes back and forth both ways. And even if you just happen to be a lover of Newfoundland culture and Newfoundland music, Newfoundland people, and you just happen to be somewhat of an NBC or that stands for a Newfoundlander by choice, but you might be sort of an NIS, a Newfoundlander in spirit. A Newfoundlander by choice is somebody from away who chooses to live here. You might be an NIS. I never heard that before, but that's a phrase. I'll have to remember that one. You may be an NIS, a NIS, which just sounds very much like nice. You might be a Newfoundlander in spirit. Or you may not give two hoots about Newfoundland. Never heard tell of it. I have no interest in it. Don't want to go there. You just might like to hang out with myself and Lillian, listen to a few tunes, and have a bit of fun. Either which way, everybody's welcome. Spread the word. And let's, it's like we'll rant and we'll roar. On Republic of Avalon Radio, you're with the roar. Thanks to everybody. Take care of each other, and we'll see you next week.
A Root Cellar production.